We're going to do a little time travel here, because if you've been up to the Pittock Mansion before, maybe at Christmas or something, it's fantastic, but now there is a chance to see it in an entirely new way. Patty Larkin is a curator and project manager at Pittock Mansion, and you guys are going to be sharing some of the treasures of the mansion that we don't normally get to see.
Exactly.
We're wearing these because you have to be super careful. These things are very old and precious.
Exactly. Keep them safe that way.
Right. So what did you bring?
We have a couple of things from an exhibit we have right now called Untold Treasures of Pittock Mansion. And these are objects that are not usually on display. We have 60 plus objects out that you usually cannot see up at Pittock Mansion. And they also just have a different set of stories to tell. These objects here are things that were once very common for everyone to own, but we no longer use.
Like this hat, for instance.
Exactly. Big giant hat.
And people wore these.
Exactly.
Can you imagine?
And most importantly, it has a hat pin. It's the only way you can keep it on your head at that point. I mean, it perches just on the back. Comes from an era when
then you stick it through like your bun or something?
Exactly.
Okay.
It looks rather sharp and painful, so you have to have
awesome.
pretty good aim. Exactly. Yes, you can use it for self-defense too. But yes, that's how you affix it to your hair, and you have to be very careful not to spear it to your own head.
And when are these from?
These are from about the early 1900s, and again, a big hair era and a big hat era.
Yeah, and a big hat era.
Yes.
It's all lace. It's just gorgeous.
Exactly.
My favorite is this little typewriter thing.
It is. This is a Blickensderfer typewriter, and it was actually one of the very first portable typewriters. Came in this lovely wooden case.
It came in this.
Exactly.
That's
so you can carry it
great.
around. Most interestingly, though, the different typewriter companies were trying to figure out how to set up the keyboard at this time. So this is not set up like the keyboards we have at our computers.
So there's no way we could fake it on that one.
Not a QWERTY keyboard on that, but they did have it so that the most commonly used keys were all on the lower row there. So you could type really quickly if you knew how to use that keyboard.
Secret.
Exactly.
And it's just barely there. It's so interesting.
It's very tiny.
And what's this?
This is actually a blotter. So again, if you're still using your fountain pen, a whole lot of ink comes out of that, and it takes a long time to dry. If you want to speed that up after you've written down with your ink, you use the blotter.
Very carefully, or you smush it.
Oh, you smush it, exactly.
It looks like you can see.
Exactly. You can see the evidence.
So it's cork or something that is picked up on it.
Exactly. So you just change the paper on that when you fill it up with ink and start again.
So when you walk through the mansion, these will just be set out here and there in the rooms they would have been used in?
We've got a number of them actually downstairs in our social room. Oh, that's fine.
I get nervous.
Yes, and we do have a variety of other objects that are throughout the house. So
well, that's so fantastic. And that's the great thing, one of the great things about Pittock Mansion is that you do have it set up room by room. You can really imagine what life would have been like during that time.
Precisely.
Well, it's running right now, so if you head up to Pittock Mansion this weekend, you'll be able to see it.
Absolutely. Runs through November 12th.
Wonderful. Patty, thank you so much. Patty Larkin, a curator at Pittock Mansion.